3, 2, 1. Hallo alle zusammen. Vielen Dank für eure ganzen Kommentare zu unserem letzten Video. Ihr habt so viele Lieblingschunks. You have so many favorite chunks in German.
Yes,
right,
exactly.
Lukas?
Hey, and thank you for letting us know that this method of learning German, without having to cram all like grammar rules and words all the time, that it really resonated with you. And in this video, we're going to put all that into practice and we'll show you some dialogues.
Yeah.
But if you haven't watched the first video yet, we suggest you do that first, because there we explain everything in detail, how this works, how you can speak German without having to think about grammar rules all the time. And once you've done that, then you can come back to this video and you can watch the actual dialogues, and you will teach you everything, and you can download the dialogues as well.
Exactly. So, schaut euch das erste Video an. Watch the first video if you haven't done so yet, and now you get some free German material.
Los geht's.
So, wir fangen an. Wir haben 2 Dialoge für euch und in diesem Video zeige ich euch einen. So we have 2 dialogues for you, but in this video I will only show you one, and this is really for beginners, so that the beginners and the advanced students can follow along. The other one we will put on the website. Yeah, the links are, by the way, in the description. And the other one is a little bit more advanced. Es ist ein bisschen mehr für Fortgeschrittene. So, der erste Dialog ist im Hotel. Willkommen, Frau Koch, im Hotel. So, by the way, all these dialogues, they follow a story. So it's more interesting for you to follow along. And I wrote these dialogues with my friend Lukas Kern. Maybe you guys know him from Learn German Easily, and his name is Lukas Kern. But it's not the other Lukas, yeah? Their names are both Lukas, one with a K and one with a C. Ein Lukas mit K, der andere Lukas mit C. Und er hat mir geholfen, die Dialoge zu schreiben, und die Stimme, die ihr hört, ist auch von ihm. The voice you will hear is also from him. And yeah, he really has a talent to make dialogues fun. So, los geht's. Also die erste Situation ist im Hotel. Und ja, so what you learn here, you can use in a hotel, in an Airbnb, in a hostel, whatever. It's very useful. Los geht's. Ich habe eine Reservierung. Nach dem Namen fragen, asking for the name, formell. Formelle Anrede und die Frage, wie geht es Ihnen? The question, how are you? Formell. Darüber sprechen wir in diesem Dialog. Und ihr seht, der Dialog ist nicht so lang. So, what is highlighted here are the chunks. We already did this for you for this dialogue, so you kind of see what we mean with chunks. Of course, there are many. Ja, es sind ganz viele chunks, weil es ein Anfängerdialog ist. There is a lot of chunks because it's a beginner's dialogue, so basically we could just highlight everything. It's all new and it's all very important for you guys. So, los geht's. Wir gehen das ein bisschen durch und ich zeige euch ein paar chunks. Ja? We will go through this and I will show you a few chunks. So, Herr Kraut. This is the name of the guy in the hotel. I will also play the audio later. So, first, Kathi kommt in ihr Hotel. Hier ist alles auf Englisch. Ja, ich übersetze nicht. I won't translate now. You can read along. Sie checkt ein und bekommt Informationen von der Rezeption. So, ich spiele mal das Audio für euch ab.
Herzlich willkommen. Wie geht es Ihnen?
Guten Tag. Danke. Sehr gut. Ich habe eine Reservierung. Kann ich bitte einchecken?
Natürlich. Wie heißen Sie bitte?
Ich heiße Kathi Koch.
Gut, Frau Koch. Hier ist Ihre Reservierung. Könnte ich bitte Ihren Reisepass haben?
Gerne. Hier ist mein Pass.
Sie bleiben 3 Nächte bei uns. Ist das richtig?
Das ist richtig.
Zahlen Sie mit Kreditkarte?
Ja, gern, Herr. Wie ist eigentlich Ihr Name?
Ich bin Herr Kraut. Wie das Sauerkraut zum Essen. Apropos Essen. Das Frühstück ist von 7 Uhr bis 10 Uhr. Aber ohne Sauerkraut.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Ja. Keine Sorge.
So, das ist der Dialog und ihr könnt ihn nochmal mit dem Transkript hören. You can listen to the dialogue again with the transcript. It's all in the description in the link. Okay, also der erste Schritt besteht darin, den Dialog ganz oft zu hören und mit dem Transkript zu lesen. So, the first step consists of reading the dialogue and listening to it multiple times. Mehrmals oder mehrere Male. So you do this many, many times. Then the second step is to identify chunks. What are important chunks for you personally? What situations have you been in that you didn't know how to say certain stuff and now you have it here and you think, oh, this is how Germans say it. For example, kann ich bitte einchecken? Maybe you didn't know this. It's almost an English word, yeah? Check in, einchecken. Maybe you were wondering, oh, how do Germans say this? This is it. This is how we say it. Kann ich bitte einchecken? Or kann ich bitte auschecken, to check out? And so on. Then other things. For example, hier ist mein Pass. Maybe you were wondering how to say passport in German. This one is pretty easy. But another one. Sie bleiben 3 Nächte bei uns. This is very common. We say this all the time. Bei uns, at our place, at our hotel, bei uns. So with us. In English, it's a different preposition. Yeah, in English, it would be like mit uns, but we don't say this. Bei uns. Okay? So this is what we try to help you here with. You just look through these dialogues and think about, this is how Germans say it. And then you just use the same phrase in the specific situation without thinking about it. That's step 2. Das ist der zweite Schritt. So now, of course, you identify the chunks and now what do you do? So what we give you is a tool called Brainscape. Brainscape. And this is for memorizing the chunks. Brainscape is pretty good because it's actually very good. We used it in our last course and the students were very happy with it because they could create their own flashcards. So the good thing about this is it uses spaced repetition. Spaced repetition. You can look it up if you want. It's a very good method to repeat things, especially for languages. It's called spaced repetition system. So, and for example, now you can study here. Gut, Frau Koch, here is your reservation. How would you say this? Wie sagt man das? Reveal answer. Hier ist Ihre Reservierung.
Gut, Frau Koch. Hier ist Ihre Reservierung.
And you also get audio with it. So, and then you can say, how well did you know that? Not at all or perfectly. And depending on what you click here, Brainscape will determine at what time it will make you repeat this again. This is called spaced repetition. So for example, let's say this, kind of. Sie bleiben 3 Nächte bei uns. Is that right?
Sie bleiben 3 Nächte bei uns. Ist das richtig?
So, you see, this is how it works, yeah? And this is where you repeat over and over again until it's just automatisch. So, these are the 3 most important steps. But you also get exercises, ja, Übungen. Das sind die neuen Chunks, ja. Hier sind ganz viele Übungen. Ja, ja. Yes, yes. Don't worry. Ja, ja. Keine Sorge. Und so weiter, ja. Also es sind sehr viele Übungen. Und dann bekommt ihr auch die Grammatik. The grammar, vocabulary, all these things. Let me just show you. So the grammar is always bold here. Die Grammatik ist immer fett. Fett heißen sie gut, Frau. Und das ist die Grammatik, die erklären wir darunter. Ja? Wie geht es Ihnen? Nach dem Namen fragen. Anrede, Herr und Frau und so weiter. Das erklären wir euch. Und dann, das ist jetzt ziemlich einfach. This is pretty easy. So for advanced students, this might be pretty easy, but for beginners, it's good. Das ist echt gut. So, und dann kommen noch mehr Übungen zur Grammatik und zu den Vokabeln. Ja, hier kommen dann noch mehr Übungen. Also es ist ziemlich viel und ja, es funktioniert. it works. Es funktioniert. It works. We did this with the last course and we also improved a lot. We improved the audios, we improved the design, that's very important, and we improved these dialogues in general a lot. Ja, wir haben sie wirklich verbessert. So, ich hoffe, du hast jetzt gesehen, wie viel Spaß es macht, mit Chunks zu lernen und auch wie einfach das ist. I hope you saw how much fun it is to learn with Chunks and also in a way how easy it is. At least it's easier than just studying grammar over and over again. Grammar is still important. As I told you before, there are certain things you can't explain with chunking, but the grammar shouldn't be the first thing you learn. The first thing should be chunks, and then you need some grammar to help you understand certain patterns. Alright? Die Links zu beiden Dialogen, zu den Audios und auch zu den Brainscape Flashcards sind in der Beschreibung. Ganz wichtig. Lukas!
So you've seen how chunking works now, but the next question is, of course, which materials do I use for that? Which dialogues do I use for that? Which ones are going to be useful for me? And like we said in the previous videos as well, Anya and I have been running courses with students already, and there we've learned a lot actually about which dialogues we should give people and how to do that in the best way. And that's what we're going to tell you in the next video as well, how you can decide for yourself which dialogues are going to be useful for you, which learning materials to use.
Exactly. So we will see you soon in the next video. Until then, check out the free material. And if you have any questions, it can also be about the German in the material, about the method, about whatever. Just post it in the comments.
Or go to the Facebook group. In the Facebook group, we will do live sessions as well, and there you can ask
exactly. We will also put the link to our Facebook group in the comments and in the description if you haven't joined us yet. Yeah, we will do a lot of live videos and explain things, Q&As. Yeah, we really want you to understand the method. Alright? Okay, noch etwas?
Nein, das ist alles.
Okay, perfekt. 2 chunks. Noch etwas? Nein, das ist alles. Tschüss.
Tschüss.